The Lost Kingdom. Two young students from a modern university were given an assignment to investigate a story about the ancient town of Ladipo. They were gladly received by the village chief. And the story continues. My son, my daughter, I welcome you to our town, Ladipo, the most popular ancient village in the world. I heard that you want me to tell you the story that led to the popularity of our ancient village Ladipo. Long time ago, in a magical ancient African village of Ladipo, an ancient baobab tree is the source of life and harmony for the land. When an evil force threatens to destroy the tree, someone who is blessed with ancestral powers must embark on a journey to gather sacred elements from the animal kingdom at the outskirts of the town. Along the way, he will encounter wise animals, dangerous animals, trickster spirits, and mythical beings that teach them lessons about courage, unity, and respect in nature. In return, the spiritual leader will be granted a supernatural ornament to restore calm and life to the baobab tree and the village of Ladipo. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you. The villagers of Ladipo were all gathered under the big baobab tree, surrounded by old mud houses. Children were running around and playing. The men were dressed in ancient African traditional attire, and the women also were beautifully dressed in local African attire. Everyone sat under the shade of the ancient baobab tree. They were getting ready to hear from the village chief priest about the plague that is causing death and all sorts of problems to the village of Ladipo. The chief priest announced that if anyone believes that he or she has a magical power, the person must volunteer him or herself. This person will go to the animal kingdom. He will stay and live with all types of animals for 3 days. Various animals will test him for his loyalty, endurance, faithfulness, and good character. In return, he will be given a magical ornament to save the village of Ladipo. Adisa stood up in the center, pretending that he has magical powers, volunteered himself to go to the animal kingdom. People of Ladipo, listen to me. I have an announcement to make. I, Adisa the Chosen One, I am about to embark on the greatest journey of my life. I will travel to the mystical land of Animal Kingdom. The place where trees walk and rivers sing. A place that is full of mystical animals. I will dine with the spiritual animals, eat, dance, and live with the spiritual animals for 3 days. And I will bring back the powerful spiritual ornament back to our village to cleanse the evil spirit from our town. Adisa was an elder of the village, respected for his wisdom, or so people thought. Adisa was tall, with a face that could never be taken seriously, even when he tried. His eyes always twinkled with mischief, and his voice had the rhythm of a seasoned storyteller, spinning tales with such flair that no one could tell where the truth ended and the lies began. Adisa's best friend, Mukulu, who knew him better than anyone, was the only one who saw through the charade. Mukulu often found Adisa's pranks amusing, but this time he decided to play along and make the story even more ridiculous by helping Adisa to lie about the animal kingdom. Adisa, tell them about the dancing antelopes. Tell them about the antelope magical horn. Tell them about the evil spirit of the animal kingdom forest. Yes, tell them everything. Adisa replied. Yes. Dancing antelopes. The lions, the leopards. How could I forget? The antelopes of animal kingdom. I will challenge the dancing antelopes to dance competitions. And I will bring their magical horns to our city. Adisa had a wife named Ajok, a strong and clever woman, but for the longest time, she was baffled by her husband's words. Every time he spoke, he would concoct the most outrageous lies, completely random stories that could never make sense, even to the goats in the village. But Ajok, in her patience, would listen to him, often shaking her head and muttering, "This man will one day lie so much, he'll trip over his own tongue." Later that day, the bustling market square was alive with laughter, haggling, and gossip. The scent of roasting plantains filled the air, and vendors shouted out the prices of their goods. Ajoke, Adisa's wife, stood at her stall, selling her famous shea butter. She overheard a group of women nearby discussing her husband's latest claim. "Did you hear? Adisa is going to Animal Kingdom Forest. He said he is going to bring the golden antelope horns from Animal Forest and the spiritual ornaments to remove the evil that is destroying our village. Do you trust this man? Do you think he is telling the truth? Are you sure Adisa has ancestral powers to lead him to the Animal Kingdom Forest?" Adisa, eager to keep the lie alive, announced that he was leaving for Animal Forest the next morning. He packed his bag with nothing more than some dried plantain chips, a calabash of water, and a bundle of his colorful cloth. Ajoke, not to be fooled, quietly followed him out of the village at dawn, hiding behind trees as he walked. But Adisa didn't know Ajoke was tailing him. He confidently strode into the forest, looking around as if he were already in the legendary land of Animal Kingdom. When he thought no one was watching, he said to himself, "I will take a nap first, then I'll come up with something brilliant to tell the villagers." He laid down under a palm tree and started snoring loudly. Ajoke, crouched in the bushes, and wondering why her husband never went to the Animal Kingdom. 3 days later, Adisa strode back into Ladipo, the town center, limping dramatically and dragging a large sack behind him. His clothes were torn, and he had smeared dirt on his face for added effect. The villagers, already gathered in anticipation, rushed to meet him at the entrance to the village. "Yes, I am back," Adisa, shouting in a loud voice. "Animal Kingdom is as wondrous as I said. Behold, I have brought back the golden horns and of the dancing antelope. I have brought back the powerful spiritual ornaments to heal our village. This, my friends, is the powerful spiritual ornament like no other. I danced with the antelopes for hours, but in the end, I was victorious. This is the golden horns of the dancing antelope." Immediately, Ajoke stepped in to expose her husband. "My husband. He is a good liar. Don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. Adisa, why don't you tell them about the real adventure you had? Tell them that you never stepped foot on the animal spiritual kingdom. This fool went to the bush at the outskirts of our town and took nap for 3 days. Just that I happened to be in the forest with him. I saw him sleeping under the palm tree and snoring for 3 days. I am sorry for our village. The problem we are having will not have a solution like this. This man is so selfish, all he thinks about is himself alone. Next time, Adisa, try telling a lie that won't fall apart so easily. Now our village is still in trouble because of you and your reckless lies." From that day on, Adisa's story became legendary in Ladipo Kingdom, but not for the reasons he had hoped. Every time someone in the village wanted to tell a lie, they would say, "I'm off to Animal Kingdom," and everyone would burst into laughter. Unfortunately, the problem facing the village of Ladipo was never solved. Because of Adisa's selfish and his lack of consideration for his fellow villagers. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you.